A league without limits, elevated by the stars who define it.
Oh yeah, ready, set, go.
Welcome to the pinnacle, where the highest stakes bring the biggest opportunity.
So close, the gold I can taste. Big smile on my face when we win in first place.
The birth of a dynasty on the horizon.
This Talons team is built different.
This team loves to fight.
But this isn't their first rodeo.
Chicago wins the marathon!
Welcome to the game. Let's go, let's get it.
Sharpen your talons and become legendary.
Count us out!
What a play by Sammy Williams!
Let's go, Talons!
This is the AUSL Championship.
Welcome to the game.
It is time for game 2 here in Davis Diamond after the Talons won a nail-biter yesterday in game 1 in a pitcher's duel. And it's quite possible we'll have another one again today. Hey, everybody, and welcome to College Station. I'm Beth Mowens, Amanda Scarborough. We also have Danielle Laurie with us today, our field analyst. And here we go with game 2 with the best pitching staff in the league, Utah, the best hitting team in the league, Chicago, and it's must-win for the Bandits.
Yeah, the Talons pitching staff, led by Georgina Korick and Montana Fouts. These two are two of the best pitchers in the world right now. It is going to be tough for the Bandits offense, but this is what Korick and Fouts have done their entire career collegiately, where they were pitcher of the year in back-to-back years, 21 and 22, and then back-to-back pro pitcher of the year last year for Korick and this year for Fouts. They got the game 1 and game 2 starts in the finals, and they will get the game 1 and game 2 starts in the finals this year, just like last year. Korick won game 1 last year. She won game 1 this year, and now Fouts will get the ball again in game 2 with a chance for the Talons to clinch it in back-to-back years.
And Montana, this is what she did against Chicago in game 2 last year. Complete game, shutout, 5-hitter, and struck out 7. What does she have in store today against a Chicago team, Amanda, statistically the best in the league this year? They've struggled mightily, though, in their head-to-head matchups with Utah.
They're going to have to find a way. Yeah. And this Bandits offense, they have done it this season. They have found a lot of different ways, actually, because this offense has done it all. They can hit for power. They can find the gaps, and they can find it out of the ballpark with home run power as well. But it's not just their power, it's their speed, taking stolen bases, extra bases, using their short game with their lefty slappers, and having the surprise tactic, maybe even with a squeeze. And they have been clutch. It was clutchness that got them here in an 11-inning walk-off in the play-in game to make it to the finals.
And there you see for the Bandits a .347 batting average as a team during the season, scoring 6 per game, but much lower against the Talons. So Danielle, what's got to change if the Bandits can force a game 3?
Well, I got the chance to talk to Coach Stanton pregame. The biggest message, don't chase. You really have to enjoy the moment. She felt like yesterday they took a lot of first pitch strikes off of Georgina Korick, who was throwing great. The biggest difference today is, can you enjoy that moment, and can you attack strikes, not letting Fouts get the upper hand. Excited to see how they show up here today.
All right, thank you very much, D'Lo, as we check out Utah's starting lineup presented by Easton. The Talons, the #1 seed, will be the visitor here in game 2. Led once again by the comeback player of the year, Bree Ellis out of Arkansas. Much improved at the plate this season. And they have the 2 lefties at the top to start them off, Coleman and Alchin. Against the starter, the All-American out of Florida State, Kat Sandercock, top 5 in the league this year in wins and ERA, even though this is just her 7th start of the
sides of the plate, and she will tunnel her changeup through the zone. Takes 8 to 10 miles an hour off of that pitch to give a different look down, but it's been her rise ball, getting healthy with a finger that has led to better spin, more command and control of that pitch to complement her stuff down in the zone. Opponents this year just hitting 167 off of that rise ball that she brings up in the zone.
All right, they're obviously making some repairs out there in the circle. Got a little muddy as Kat Sandercock was going through her pregame routine. You see the slip there and the mud all over her cleats, so they're going to throw down some drying agent and see if they can get that cleaned up. But you touched on it briefly. This is the Bandits' 3rd game in 4 days because they had to win a play-in game That's some dirty work right there. Against the Portland Cascade to advance to this championship series. That was extra innings on Thursday night. Then yesterday, the hottest recorded temperature in the 2-year history of the AUSL. It was up in the upper 90s. And they lost on a late sacrifice fly yesterday to win it for the Talons. So they are back at it here this afternoon in a must-win situation. And
well, that's Shonda Stanton getting in there and helping out Kat Sandercock, the head coach of the Bandits, getting in there and cleaning out her spikes. You don't see that all the time. She has her hand, Kat does, on Tara Mowat McKinney, their pitching coach for the Bandits. She's on it.
all right, so let's see if that will work a little bit better. She gives a shake of the head. Let's see how this goes.
Still slipped a little bit, it looked like to me.
I think she's giving it the thumbs up.
She did, but I saw her foot still slip a little bit. So we'll see if that becomes a problem still within the inning.
As a pitcher, how does this affect you?
Yeah, because if that foot is going to slip, throwing off your balance and that launch position, when you move off, you're so used to just everything being in the exact same spot. Every inch, every centimeter matters with your mechanics.
Yep. All right, let's switch to the other side now with Jada Coleman after a brief delay, getting ready to go. You probably remember Jada from her Oklahoma days, where she was a member of 4 straight national championship teams. She had a home run when these two teams met. Actually, they started out the year together, and then they finished the year together, split 2 games last weekend. And now the Talons in green will try to win the championship in 2 games. Underway in game 2, and Sandercock opens things up with a strike. Former Big 12 Player of the Year. Didn't play for 10 games early in the season. A lot of these players had other commitments overseas or with the U.S. team. A handful of them have also overcome some injuries. So in terms of finding their chemistry, finding their connections as teammates, just coming together late in the 25-game schedule.
There's a while there where Jada Coleman, Bree Ellis, and Charlize Palacios were injured, and Bree Ellis got off to a hot offensive start. Of course, Jada is Jada, starting center fielder, could be your leadoff hitter, and Palacios, their starting catcher. Big chunk.
Coleman was 0 for 3 against Lexi Kilfoyle in game 1 yesterday. Rips that one down the line deep. If it stays fair, it is out of here. And it is a foul ball.
Wow, that was close from our angle. We're a little bit at an angle, so we're not right down the line like the home plate umpire and the umpire down the right field line. But Jada Coleman absolutely thought this was gone. Drop ball inside. She points to the dugout after she gets to first base, thinking that she just got them on the board right there.
Oof, so close.
It's very close.
Kat Sandercock saying, foul all the way, folks. Not reviewable, I believe. We just heard the home plate umpire say Don Brown. Scott Mayer, Robbie Guest, Alex Leap on the bases today.
That swing right there will wake you up, and we have not had a lot of offense. Did not have much last night. It was hard to come by in the play-in game as well, so that's a big swing to start off this game with power.
So it ends up being a long strike 2 to Coleman. Sends that out of play with the outside pitch.
They faced another drop ball pitcher last night in Lexi Kilfoyle, who got the start for the Bandits. So they had the scoop and score mentality at the plate to try to get the bottom half of the drop balls. So 2 drop ball pitchers for the Bandits on staff, where drop ball is their main pitch.
Yeah, they talked about getting it in the air and trying to force the pitchers to move on to a plan B and how they would attack the hitters today. Three lefties in the lineup. They're the 2 at the top and the 1 at the bottom for the Talons. Righties the rest of the way. Smack that one off of her leg.
Well, look at how Sandercock, even in this long at bat, doesn't want to go up in the zone quite yet with that rise ball. I'm sure if at all possible, if she could make it this first time through, showing her rise ball limited amount of times to give them a different look, second time through, that would be the ideal situation for her. So change up down, drop ball down is what we've seen so far.
She's looking at her 8th pitch of the at-bat here and smacks that one fair down the line. And the leadoff single for the Talons.
I mean, this is just a Jada Coleman at bat that, correct me if I'm wrong, we've seen 100 times in her career at OU and then also as a professional. This drop ball is up in the zone, and Coleman just great hands to shoot it the other way. Still 70 miles an hour off the bat, and Jada Coleman does what Jada Coleman does best, find a way to lead off the game and get on base.
So now what do the Talons do for a team where runs have really been at a premium this year, and we saw them sacrifice several times yesterday? Alchin will try it here. Yesterday, a 2-1 game. Won by Utah with a late sac fly. The corners are sneaking in. Swing and a miss, the throw down as Coleman faked that she was going.
Just to point out, we were talking about the rise ball. There's the first Kat Sandercock drop ball. Got a swing and miss from Jadlyn Alchin. Maybe the game plan was to go down the zone early, but you see that swing and miss. You want to go to that rise ball maybe a little bit more based off of the Coleman AB.
Just
and how good she looked down.
That's ripped by Alchin. Deep, and that is gone. Period. The all-AUSL first-teamer delivers the early blow for the Talons.
Even on an 0-2 count, getting the best of Sandercock in a pitch that was frankly just a miss and a pitcher's count.
Well, you talked about strategically, Amanda. When do you use that rise and how much do you use it just to shake things up a bit? That looked like a rise ball that she got a hold of. Here's Jordan Woolery.
Just
for a strike, keeping it low.
Really good swings already off of Kat Sandercock. And Coleman set the tone. I mean, that's why that at bat was so big. That foul home run down the line, which she was able to do the opposite way to find a way on. A spark for this offense.
Swinging and a miss. Danielle, what you got?
I want to know how much an at-bat before, like Jada Coleman's lengthy at-bat, we thought she hit that home run. How much momentum did that give you and yours?
Oh, so much. I think just keeping the energy off of hers and knowing, like, it could have gone either way, and, like, her coming back and getting that line drive, like, that's all that we needed as a team to, like, keep the momentum going.
Lastly, for me, how did it feel to hit the first home run of the Champ Series and put you guys up to?
That felt really, really good. Yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah, not just the first home run, but the first extra base hit for either side. And they are getting to Kat Sandercock early. Third straight hit.
Well, and that all-chin hit was on an 0-2 count. And look at this pitch location of the rise ball. She gets swung and missed at a pitch up at her eyes, but Sandercock misses this rise ball over the heart of the plate. And with all-chin, the year that she has put together this year, you just cannot miss. She is looking to drive the ball, looking to protect the plate with 2 strikes. And she says thank you for an 0-2 mistake caught by a fan out in right field. Does that count as an out?
Nice catch. I think in a Bananas game it would, but not here. All 3 of the hits so far have been 2-strike counts as well.
I think you're seeing a little bit of nerves from Kat Sandercock. She's having some good pitches. She's having some pitches that have missed, some drop balls that have been flat, that rise ball that was flat as well. She just needs to settle into this game, and maybe getting down early in this game will spark a Bandits offense, knowing they're already down by 2 runs early. You need to score.
So here is the number 4 hitter, Charlize Palacios. She was 2 for 2 and drove in a run in game 1 yesterday. In fact, got them on the board with an RBI single in the first inning. Started out her career at Arizona, ended up at UCLA. She's been an all-defensive team member in the AUSL, competing for a spot on the U.S. Olympic team in 2028.
I've been trying to work her inside, too, even despite her having success on that pitch yesterday.
Early 2-0 lead. They've already matched their total from yesterday. Swing and a miss.
Going outside with the drop ball, because look at what she did against Lexi Kilfoyle on a drop ball inside. This is like 2 balls off the plate, and she almost hit it out of here. It hit the very top of the wall out in left field, and that was the best hit ball that we had in yesterday's game on a pitcher's pitch. Not a bad location, but that's how good these hitters are. You cannot miss out over the heart of the plate because they will barrel it up. Even if it's a pitcher pitch off the plate, they can barrel it up.
I know. Sandercock has lost a couple high out of the zone. Full count. And it's ball 4, so a couple on and still nobody out. And here comes Bri Ellis, the AUSL Comeback Player of the Year, after she hit a .186 last season, .353 this year in her second year as a pro. A former SEC Player of the Year and single-season home run record holder formerly. And they are revving it up quickly out in the Bandit bullpen. Amber Pfizer on your right, Taylor McQuillan on your left.
I'm just feeling like Kat Sandercock is kind of guiding these pitches early. She's not trusting her snap, her release point right now. You can just kind of tell maybe slowing down through her release. It's causing these drop balls to stay up.
Jammed her, gets her to pop it up, and on the run out in center is Morgan Zirkle. And there's the first out of the inning. And Lexi Kilfoyle, it's all hands on deck now. Out in that bullpen in this must-win game, and down early are the Chicago Bandits. Savannah Jaquish, another player competing for a spot on the Olympic team in a couple of years. There are a couple of big tournaments coming up this summer. And then certainly next summer will be a doozy to get ready for LA. All-time RBI leader from her college days at LSU. And a chance here to add to her pro total.
She's just a Swiss Army knife. she can bring it offensively. In fact, she's finished the year really strong offensively in the last 8 to 10 games. Of course, she had the game-winning RBI in yesterday's game with the sacrifice fly, but you can basically put her anywhere out on defense.
That was in the bottom of the 6th inning, and that set up Georgina Korek for the win. And a strikeout for Sandercock, 2 down.
Oh, this is just so big to get Bree Ellis and a weak fly ball to center field, and now strike out Savannah Jakewish. This drop ball moving about 10 inches down in the zone. That is a prototypical Kat Sandercock drop ball, and get Jakewish to chase that pitch for the second out.
Wait, maybe Cindy Ball Malone saw something there. The Utah coach, she immediately gets Jacobson and Flippin, the next 2 batters, together. Head coach at UCF in the offseason. She said, we haven't seen our best yet. When we talked to her the other day, trying to put together a complete game in all 3 phases. Trying to do it today to win a championship. Jacobson, ground ball to short, and they'll get the force out at third. But a 2-spot up early for Utah.
We did not see this in yesterday's game at all. It was hard to hit the ball to the outfield. Nevertheless, hit it all the way out of the ballpark. Jadelyn Alchan and an 0-2 count. It's the Talons on the board first. They're up 2-0.
All smiles at the Rhodes House last year in Game 2 as the Talons beat the Bandits, and now Montana will try and do it again here in College Station, Texas, 1 win away from the title. She is your AUSL Pitcher of the Year, led the league in strikeouts, and had the best batting average against in the league. And the Chicago starting lineup is presented by Rawlings. A lot of lefties, 7 of them, in fact. They are responsible for all 7 RBI. However, in the postseason, they need production from the heart of their order. Just 1 run up on 4 hits in yesterday's Game 1 loss. Skylar Wallace had one of those hits and has now reached in 5 of 8 plate appearances in the 2 games in the postseason. Wallace got under it out to center field. Jada Coleman, 1 down.
And Montana Fouts will throw her curveball on both sides of the plate, but with all these lefties in the Bandits lineup, she's going to throw her backdoor curveball outside to them a lot, but she can come in with it. She'll also work her drop ball on both sides of the plate. That is a good pitch right at the knees in the bottom of the zone to complement her rise ball that has 7 inches of vertical break that she will use. Not as much as her curve and drop, but it's great to change the eye level of the hitters. And with 2 strikes, it's why she's one of the best strikeout pitchers in the world. Opponents hitting just 141 off of her with 2 strikes.
So Skylar Wallace just had a long conversation with Sammy Williams before Sammy stepped into the batter's box. The hitter of the year in the league this season with power. We heard Danielle Laurie tell us pregame that they were going to try and be a lot more aggressive early in counts. Wallace swinging early, and now Williams as well.
Sammy Williams started out the year just on a heater. I don't know any other way to put it, but tons of RBIs, tons of power. She was so clutch, probably came in. Nobody was really honestly expecting her to put up those numbers. I mean, if you know her and her career at Iowa State and what she did there, you know she's an awesome player, but she's not one of the biggest name players in the game. And the way that she hit this year, she's made herself one of the biggest name players in the game.
Hitters count. Williams goes the opposite way, chases Andrews back to the track, and she's got room 2 down. So here starts the run of lefties, 7 of them total in the lineup today to face the righty Fouts.
Which she has had great success against the Bandits lefties this year in the 3 appearances that she's had against them. Lefties hitting just 142 off of her. Righties in limited at bats hitting over 300 off of her.
The number 3 hitter, Morgan Zirkle, Smacks that one the opposite way for a base hit. A one hopper to Alchin and a 2-out base runner here for Chicago.
And Danielle said that she talked to Coach Shonda Stanton about being aggressive early in the count. Look at Morgan Zirkle, what she's able to do with this backdoor curveball. Barrel it up to the left side of the field. I'll be honest, it's been 2 quick outs, but more loud outs than what we saw from Chicago in yesterday's game.
They only had 1 hit to the outfield grass all day yesterday, and now Zirkle able to drive one out to left. And that'll bring up the former Texas A&M Aggie back in Aggie land. Here's Mac Barbara.
Well, your point, they weren't even making outs to the outfield in yesterday's game, nevertheless hits.
This is a crucial spot right here with Barbara and then Jocelyn Erickson behind her. In the 2 postseason games, their big boppers are 0 for 14. Looking to make some noise today.
And why Montana is so good against these left-handed hitters is because she can move the ball in 3 different ways on the outside corner against them. Down with her drop ball, up with her rise ball, and then back across the plate with her backdoor curve. 3 different looks she gives them out.
Barbara taken all the way, 3-1. Both pitchers early on humming it at about 70 miles an hour. Comparable to a 95-mile-an-hour pitch in MLB. Crowd and Mac thought that was ball 4.
She said, it's fine.
It's good. I'm good. I'm good. Full count from Fouts. Swing and a miss. And that ends the inning. 2-0 early. Talons.
Montana coming right back after that Zirkle hit to strike out Mac Barbara, coming from behind in the count. Rise ball outside to get Barbara for her first K.
The Bandits beat Portland here on Thursday to get into the finals. A lot of sellouts, a lot of eyeballs, a lot of merch on the move, Amanda Scarborough, in season number 2 for a pro league that's been around in different iterations for about a dozen years now.
Yeah, but not like this.
Not like this.
This has been so different last summer and this summer. It is just taken our sport by storm, and it's been the professional league that our sport has needed with the success of college softball and the Women's College World Series, and even Little League softball is getting record viewership. The sport's on the rise.
Little League's coming up on the ESPN networks. They're going to play a pro game. Going to try. I think there's been some rain issues the last couple of seasons, but they're going to try to play a pro game there as well, which would be cool. 8-9 in the top coming up for Utah. Here's the veteran Hannah Flippin. They got 7 guys to the plate in the first inning. The 2-run home run for Jadlyn Alchin, the early difference. Game 1 for Utah, 5 hits and a couple of runs. They're near that in the hit department. They have matched it in the run tally. Just 1 inning in. Facing Kat Sandercock. Flippin rolls that to Agbayani at second, 1 down.
The pitcher can settle in so quickly into this game. The first 4 batters that Kat Sandercock faced, she was not settled in yet, but then something clicked in that at bat to Brielle. She got 3 outs immediately after that. Now she's looking much more like Kat Sandercock with that 10 to 11 inches breakdown.
Little miscue there with the communication device, what pitch was coming. So now they're set. Aaliyah Andrews was 0 for 2 yesterday. Lefty slapping out of that 9 spot. She and her sister AJ. 2 of the better outfielders you'll find in the game over the years. Dropping down the bunt, and she will leg it out.
I talking about the short game with the Bandits in their bottom half of the order, but look at what Aaliyah Andrews is able to do with the rise ball, getting the top half of the ball, angling it more toward the pitcher, toward first base, as Taryn Kern was anchoring back at first base, and Andrews with her speed and that bunt, no chance.
That'll pass the bat to the top of the order. Here's Jada Coleman. Singled and scored in the first, was inches away from a home run, yanked down the right field line. And will they ask her to bunt the runner over here? One and one. First and third pulled in.
I know Jada Coleman loves to see that third baseman in with the way that she can spray the ball to the opposite side, like in her first at bat. I mean, think about that home run went to dead right field, and then she still found a way to get on base with dead left field down the line. She's just so talented, hits the ball to all fields.
Sandercock's count here, jammed her. Spins out Coleman. One of the more energetic players you'll find in the game.
You know, and it doesn't always look the prettiest when Jada Coleman is up, especially with 2 strikes, but she just has that ability to get rid of pitches, extended bats, even if it's not the most perfect swing to do it.
Another 1-2, same spot. Kat says, I'll keep coming in there.
She just like, get rid of this inside pitch any way that you can. Look at just drop ball, inside corner, fouling it off her back knee, I think, somehow went into the ground.
She is about to see her 14th pitch in her 2 at-bats.
If that pitch is like 2 balls off the plate below the knees, and she still finds a way to get rid of it.
That was a hit and run, by the way. So the Talons trying to get a little aggressive here with the early 2-0 lead. In the dirt, and that will allow Andrews to take second.
Pitch in the dirt because Sandercock is thinking I have nowhere else really to put it because she's fouling off everything that is a little bit more up.
Scoring opportunity for Utah. 2-2 count. Another one in on the hands. That one may have stung a little bit.
Yeah, she's just, I think she's also laughing of like, how am I getting rid of these pitches? I'm still up here. This is not looking the prettiest, but.
Now Odyssey Alexander Bennett is up as well. Everybody's been out in the bullpen early for the Bandits. Full count. Approaching 20 pitches in her 2 at-bats today. Swing and a miss. Sandercock wins that one.
It was the rise ball before the drop ball that set it up. Kat Sandercock threw a rise ball that got Jada Coleman's eye level up. It got her posture a little bit more up, so that way she could go back down with the drop ball. That rise ball was not a pitch that I don't think she was expecting Coleman to chase, but it set up the strikeout pitch.
2 down for the home run hitter, Jadlyn Alchin. First pitch swinging.
Beth, you can see when Kat Sandercock's drop ball is moving, you can see how it just falls off the table and what it looks like to get swings and misses down in the zone when she's throwing it her best.
Talons 0 for 4 so far with a runner in scoring position. And now, just like in her first at-bat, Alchin falls behind 0-2. Fouls that one off. The celebration of the game is brought to us by Sephora, the exclusive beauty partner of the AUSL. The home run and then the grab out there beyond the wall as Olchen celebrates. That's the difference here in game 2. If the Talons win it, they are the champs.
It's a rise ball that she hit out in that 0-2 count, and it was a missed pitch, but not scared to try that pitch again.
Very good 2-strike and 2-out hitter. 1-2 from Kat. Got her back-to-back strikeouts to end the threat. Stranding Andrews at second base.
At Sandercock starting to get in her drop ball groove. Strikeout to both Jada Coleman and Jadlyn Olchen. Back-to-back Ks for Sandercock with the runner on.
And it is time to get bullish with the former USF Bull, Georgina Korek, now on the mic.
Hi guys, how we doing?
We're doing great. Excited to talk to you. Hey, George, I was listening to your post-game presser yesterday. You said it's okay to identify as boring, that you take pride in it. You know, and I love that about you, but you are known to be able to not give in over the heart of the plate. When did that start to happen for you, that you painted corners like nobody else?
I do want to talk. Obviously, we've got a bull behind the camera today. I love talking about my bulls. Jessica Moore, phenomenal All-American at Oregon. She was my pitching coach my first couple of years at USF, and she was so great about hammering home the small pieces. You know, as a pitcher, sometimes we love the big strikeouts. We love, 12 inches of movement. But at the end of the day, if I can put a ball where you can't get a lot of barrel to it, I'm going to be successful. And that's something I like to take a lot of pride in. If you want to call that boring, that's fine. I like to call it boring because at the end of the day, it's a product of hours and hours of work and really kind of small pieces.
George, with all these lefties in this Bandits lineup, what is it like to be in the circle and face lefty after lefty after lefty?
I think it's interesting. Sometimes people like to make it very binary. There's righties and there's lefties. I think that even though the Bandits have a predominantly lefty-heavy lineup, I think you've got a lot of different styles of lefties. You're going to have Erickson, who's very different than Dayton and Agbayani, It'll be very interesting sometimes to see people put them in the same categories because they are very different styles of hitters. You've got Kern as well, who's going to be a little bit more inside out. It's more important for me to be able to read that path and how they're going to attack my pitches so that I don't just get caught sticking them in the same category and then getting beat by a surprise.
Georgina,
first out. Good job.
How excited do you get when you get those big swings and misses on the change piece? And when did you know, what age were you like, this pitch really is the real deal and the separator for me?
Nice, Tan. Good ball.
Georgina, do you hear me? Danielle?
All right, we'll see if we can work on that for you, D'Lo. In the meantime, here is Kirsten Roos, and back to the right side after the Erickson single and the Kern flyout.
Girl, Tan.
Georgina, when you know it's going to be a low-scoring, tight game like what we had last night and here today, what is the mindset that you or somebody like Montana will have in the circle in these tight games?
Oh, gosh, tough plays. Atta girl, in a tight game like this, I think it's really important that you prioritize base runners. I think what allowed us to kind of come out on top in a game like yesterday is we were tenacious in getting our runners on. You can't really create runs without people on bases and placing pressures on the defense, knowing that both of these teams here at the end, they are going to do everything well. They're going to hit well, they're going to pitch well, they're going to field well. The only difference that you can create is pressure. You can create artificial pressure. You can put the ball in play. Obviously, you can see here, Roos, that's not the hardest hit ball I'm sure she's ever done in her career, but in doing that and then running hard, you're going to be able to create that pressure and create base runners for your team and hopefully create opportunities. And every single time that you have a game like this, you just want to capitalize on opportunities. The winning team usually just capitalizes best.
All right, well, thank you so much, Georgina. We appreciate the time.
Of course, thank you guys.
Yep.
And go Bulls, always.
All right, out there on the dirt right now, a rally for the Bandits. Down 2-0, 2 on, the bottom of the order, Bella Dayton.
Using her short game is what Bella Dayton has had so much success with, especially late in the season. It just seems like she's been locked in with her bunt for a hit, locked in with her soft slap. So infield is going to be a bit pulled in, especially on the corners. I mean, Jordan Woolery is right in her face over at third base.
2 for 3 yesterday was Bella with a run scored, their only run of the day. Down in the count here, 0-2 to Montana Fouts. Montana trying to get her to chase, race that one up and away. Bella, the former Texas Longhorn, who also played with the Italian national team. Swing and a miss. And a big strikeout for Fouts, 2 down.
Even this curveball that she just got Bella Dayton to swing and miss on. I mean, TrackMan says 8 inches of up vertical break. So this curveball that was called still moves a little bit up in the zone to get that swing and miss from Dayton.
Ilana Agbayani, first time up today for the number 9 hitter. She was called upon to bunt twice to sacrifice runners over yesterday, was successful both times. Looking to swing here, obviously, with 2 outs. One base runner in the first inning, they stranded. Now 2 base runners here in the second. Agbayani skies that one out towards Alchin, and that will end the threat. Fouts able to work out of it. 3 lobs early for the Bandits. They're down a pair. Malone said from day one, all of her players were talking about one mission, and that was to win back-to-back AUSL championships. They are in the driver's seat with a chance to close it out and win another title, up 2-0 as we head to the top of the third. She has the microphone on for us today.
It's gonna go right here on the thumb. Okay, here we go. Keep smiling.
I mean, you know that Jordan Woolery smile. We saw at the World Series against Nyjah Kennedy. Remember that smile of her in the box? You know Jordan Woolery's feeling good.
Here we go.
Well, she's talked a lot about remembering
Here we go, Joe.
where you're at right now, playing professional softball in front of a big crowd, getting paid to do it. The joy of the game, the joy of the moment.
It, Joe. Good job.
Woolery,
Joe.
Palacios, and Ellis coming up. Joe would be Jordan Woolery. Reigning Big Ten Player of the Year out of UCLA. One of their all-time greats in home runs and runs batted in, which is saying something at UCLA. And now Shonda Stanton, the head coach for Chicago. Looks like they're going to make a defensive substitution here in the middle of the at-bat.
I think probably something that they meant to do in between innings. Kirsten Roos, normally an infielder, played second base at Georgia, has played second base this summer. So they're going to put Jessica Clemens, more a true outfielder, out in right field and replace Roos.
Roos had made her first start out there today.
Darn it.
Cindy says, darn it, thought you were going to sneak one by him.
Here we go, Joe. Ooh, good swing. Yes, Joe, I like it. Atta girl. Here we go, Joe.
1-2 coming from Kat Sandercock.
Yes! I love it, Joe! Good job!
She almost sent one out to the new right fielder.
Keep holding ground, I love it!
Sounded like that was the strategy when it got replaced, and Cindy was like, oh, dang it, to hit it that way. But not only has she coached third, she also calls pitches for this Talons pitching staff.
Woolery squaring up.
Yes! Woo! That a girl, Joe. Keep smiling, Joe. Keep smiling. Let her come to you. Here we go.
1-2 pitch.
Yes, yes. Woo! I love that take. I love it.
That is some quality excitement for ball 2.
Yeah, Joe. There it is.
And trying to drop that one,
There it
and it
is.
does.
Heck yeah, great at bat.
Ended up just being a gritty at bat from Jordan Woolery.
Second leadoff hit of an inning.
Just consistently hitting it to that side of the field, kind of an inside-out swing. Doesn't get all of it, but just fights off an inside pitch, and it's a hole in the right side, which lives it.
Gonna bring up Charlize Palacios. Palacios dropping down the sacrifice. Their third successful sack bunt of this series.
Good job right here. Let's go.
Brielis with a chance to add to the lead.
Time, Blue. Got 46 for 17.
Pinch runner, Kaylee Wyckoff.
Yes, sir.
Woolery can re-enter.
I'm gonna watch you. Okay. Got it.
Mic'd up with the Utah head coach Cindy Ball Malone, who's working that third base coach's box, so they get the pinch runner on
Right here.
to score
Hey, we got one.
on an Ellis single. Bree flew out to center, first time up, looking for her first hit of the series.
So what? So what? You got this, Bree. Your pitch. Let it come to you, Bree, right here. Get your swing off. There it is. It only takes one. It only takes one.
Change from Cat in
Here we
for
go.
a strike.
Switch places with her.
Third straight inning, they've had a runner in scoring position. 1-2 pitch. Got her.
That was big, and you could hear Cindy Ball Malone, let it come to you, let it come to you, even on the drop ball for the strike that was thrown to Bree Ellis. And Kat Sandercock and Tara Moat, the pitch caller, picked up on that as well. Probably that Bree was being a little antsy out in front, so they go with back-to-back change-ups to strike her out with the runner in scoring position.
Fourth of the day for Kat. Here's Savannah Jakewish.
Wasn't that past the time? I think I saw a 0 up there. Hey.
15-second pitch
Now
clock.
we're gonna try to get what we can. Yes.
I
Yes.
just like how she's not going to lose her pen because it's in her visor right there. You know, she's always going to know where it is.
Here we go, SJ.
Oh, wow, she changed her footwork almost mid-swing.
And
Hey, right
Jakewish
here.
will do this.
Right
So
here. It's
she
straight
will
dog
bait a
time.
pitcher to throw her inside. Then look, she'll take a big step back and open up the inside corner. And that is a hack from Jakewish. She cannot connect with it, but Sandercock recognized that, and I'm sure everybody did.
Saw Kat smile after that. Jakewish holds her ground and fouls that one back, 1-2.
It's pretty gutsy to do that in the middle of a pitch coming.
Yeah.
You got this. Right here. Here we go. See it deep. See it deep.
You just
SJ.
don't
got
see that
this.
a lot.
See it deep. On the swing. see it deep, SJ. Here we go, bud. Here we go. Let it get in. Hit the top half. Here we go. Yes, here we go.
And that will stay fair inside the line. And Sammy Williams is there to make the play. That pen is hanging on precariously, Coach. 2-0 Utah, third inning. A pitcher of the year collegiately at Alabama. And then going pro. Has both the season and single game records for strikeouts. This year's pitcher of the year will face the top of the order. So the second time now through, Amanda, for these Bandit bats.
I think they keep doing more of the same against her. I thought that they had some good looks off of her their first time through.
3 singles the first time through. 2 to the outfield and 1 infield hit. Wallace flew out to center. I mean, just fabulous against everybody else, but still trying to find that big mash against Utah this season. Did not see them early in the year. She was still playing in Japan. Skylar has reached in 16 of her last 17 games. Sends that one out of play. Member of the All-AUSL team this year, and the batting champ hit 500 on the season. Ground ball to short. Flippins there, 1 down.
You know, looking at Montana Fouts, Beth, if you watched her pitch at Alabama and watch her pitch as a pro, she looks so similar in her mechanics and in her windup and in her weight shift with her left foot up and getting her grip to the side. I mean, she looks mechanically just like she did at Alabama, where she was so successful. And pitcher of the year this year. She had a really strong year last year, but you could tell she definitely leveled up coming in to this season and worked really hard on just even outside of 2-hour bullpen. She worked hard on her body, nutrition, worked hard in the weight room to make this year her best year as a pro.
Really strong lower half. She talked about, you know, as a pro, obviously, you can focus on your game. She's sharper and more consistent. And I loved her quote when we asked her, what's her favorite pitch? She said, strike 3 is my favorite pitch.
And that right there, that could be a new strike 3 version for her. She said it could be a curveball, rise ball, drop ball, but how about an off-speed pitch that she just dropped in there at 65 for a strike? That is a massive deal for her.
Golfed by Williams out to left, and there's Alchin. First team All-Pro making a great snag, 2 down.
That was another hard hit ball. The Bandits are driving the ball to the outfield. It's just right at these Talon defenders. Great read by Alchin. She has had not only a terrific year offensively, but the ground that she has been able to cover, the reads that she's had out in left field has helped her pitchers out and saved a lot of hits and a lot of runs.
Now the number 3 hitter, Morgan Zirkle.
Amanda, I think the biggest difference that I've seen, and you and I have had conversations about these athletes and just the physical strength tool and the addition of a head strength coach, and all of these teams get one that travels with them on the road. I feel like the off-season grind definitely is nice, having someone in your back pocket writing plans for you. Almost kind of gives you those college vibes of what it was like having that strength coach, and gives them a little peace of mind that they're getting bigger, they're getting stronger, and they're training like pros.
Well, and Danielle, Montana has been open about the fact that she has put in more work in the offseason than ever before. So outside of the bullpen, not just practicing pitching, but putting in that strength work and just kind of going over and beyond, because her dream is to pitch in the Olympics for Team USA. So how have you seen that pay off for her this summer?
I feel like the biggest thing for me watching Fouts has been her difference mentally, right? Like, to me, you can't tell whether she's winning or losing a ball game. And maybe at times, you know, you can get rattled a little bit, but I remember watching her have a tough time against Portland, and the bounce back against the Bandits was key.
Infield hit there for Zirkle. And a 2-out base runner. course, Fouts too 100% healthy for the first time in a while, with that knee brace no longer necessary.
And we saw that last year, and she had said not pitching at 100%. And in the offseason, she was able to go to PT for the first time. She had never been before. Actually, I just kind of don't think that she really wanted to, but it was PT and a strength coach at home that helped her get better, and that said that PT wanted to help her reach her dreams of being the best that she could be and playing for USA. And here's another thing too that's a fun fact about her. Her husband catches her in the off season. So he's back there behind the plate helping her try to reach her dreams.
Mac Barbara, one swing away from tying this thing up. Fouts, by the way, will be continuing her Olympic dreams. She'll be playing with the World Cup team in Oklahoma City in September. There are 2 big tournaments in OKC this summer. One of them actually gets underway next week.
But I got so excited about that off-speed pitch out of her, Danielle, and throwing it for a strike, because if she wants to play for USA and be an Olympian in 2028, I mean, that pitch is going to be important for her to make it, don't you think?
Runner advances to second. Danielle?
Yes, I couldn't agree more. I mean, you know that. And you can look at the performance that someone like Georgina Korek had yesterday, being able to pull the string, and how uneasy you can make a hitter feel when you can command that pitch. And that's a pitch you know she's been working on. I know Cindy Ball Malone has made mention that she wanted her to throw it more. But it makes it a lot harder on a hitter when you have to face a Fouts rise curve at 70 with that mix down, but in the back of your dome, you know that she can throw that pitch and she's confident in it. I think that is really the next step, and it's going to be a big deal for her.
2 strikes, 2 outs. Barbara lays off the rise at 72 miles an hour.
Well, Beth, it's just not been easy for her to get that pitch. We were talking about her getting an off-speed pitch when she was at Alabama as a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior, and she is still working so hard on it.
Got her to chase, ending the threat.
Off-speed can be hit and miss, but one thing that is not hit and miss is going to be her rise ball. Another strikeout against Mac Barbara with a rise ball outside, and Montana Fouts lets out a big...
Here, game 2, AUSL championship. The team in green, the Utah Talons, if they win it, they are the champs. If the Bandits rally, they're down 2-0. They force a game 3 winner-take-all tomorrow. Beth Mowens, Amanda Scarborough, Danielle Laurie with you here at Davis Diamond, a spectacular facility for this championship series. Both sides trying to beat the heat with temperatures up in the 90s. Kat Sandercock back out there in the circle. She'll face 7, 8, and 9 in the order. The difference in this one, a Jadlyn Alchin 2-run home run in the first inning.
We had a sellout last night, a sellout today. I think so many people are trying to get in the shade out of their seats. So you see the empty seats, but it is 100% a sellout. Just a lot of fans trying to get in the shade and stay out of the sun. It's so hot.
The other big story has been Georgina Korek and Montana Fouts in the 2 games now. 10 innings of work and just 1 run allowed. Now 7 straight scoreless innings for that duo. Korek yesterday, Fouts today. But it's their hitters trying to go to work right here. 2-2 from Sandercock. Check that, 3-1. Looks like McClellan on the left and Pfizer on the right, out in the Bandits bullpen. Jacobson, nice backhand by Williams. 1 down.
Yeah, the Bandits defense has been better than in that play-in game. They committed 5 errors in that 11-inning game, but look at what Sammy Williams is capable of handling that backhand short hop over at third base. That is well played. She really struggled defensively in that play-in game, maybe pressing, some nerves, not really sure what was happening. That was a long game, a 4-hour game, and the Bandits defense just did not look sharp.
Here's Hannah Flippen. Hannah 1 for 3 in the series. She grounded to second base her first time up today. One and one. Dropping down the bunt to Williams at third and no play at first. Short game at the bottom of the lineup.
It's the definition of a sneaky bunt right now. She did not show bunt until so late, angles it right down the third baseline. There is just no way for Sammy Williams to make a play on this.
I'll tell you what, the bunt game for both these teams has been on point the last couple of days. And now a base runner for the Talons with Aaliyah Andrews coming up. Really good speed here at the plate. So she has some options. Well, if necessary, we'll have game 3 of our AUSL Championship Series tomorrow night, 7 Eastern on ESPN2 and, of course, on your ESPN app. Just a great weekend for women's sports on the networks. Got soccer coming up later tonight. Of course, the WNBA All-Star festivities the last couple of nights. Good stuff. Montana Fouts trying to stay cool. A shutout for her through the first 3 innings. That, by the way, was Hannah Flippen's first bunt hit of the year. So now Andrews with the corners pulled way in.
It's just so frustrating as a third baseman because you know who you need to be ready for a bump for a base hit like that and who you don't, who you can just anchor back and be back by the bag. So for her to lay that down is just not even fair with the way she executed it.
One and one to Andrews. She dropped down a bunt single her first time up. Base runners every inning today for the Talons. But the Alchin home run back in the first inning is their only hit with a runner on base. They're 1 for 8. So they've missed on their last 7 chances. Two and two. With the top of the order coming back around. Third time through against Cat. Williams, and throws that one out into right field. They're going to wave the runner around. Flippin' headed for home, and the throw cut off, and the Talons take advantage of a Bandit miscue, and it's 3-0.
Well, the Talons said that this is what they wanted to do, just put pressure on the Bandits offense and make them make plays. And the Bandits have been making plays last night and today, but this is why they just wanted to put the ball in play, because they knew that they had been susceptible to errors. And poor Sammy Williams, the errors on Thursday night, and now that critical error there. Every run feels like another mountain to climb against Montana Fouts on the other side.
That is her 3rd error of the playoffs. And now Jada Coleman with a runner in scoring position. A single and a strikeout against Sandercock. That's the 9th Bandit error in the last 4 games.
I think that they just have to find a way to get some momentum on their side. They've just been helping out the other team, and this Talons team is not a team that beats themselves very often. They're centered around good pitching, defense, scratching across a couple of runs, and then letting their pitchers do the work and not giving the other team momentum. And the Bandits, we were talking about this before the game, they're a team that thrive off of momentum, just taking control of a game offensively, stringing things together, pounding the ball off the fences, and using their short game. The Talons just have not allowed it.
Coleman watches that one go by. 2-2. Pitch count rising up to 85 on a very hot and muggy day in Texas. Coleman just outside the line. Two-two pitch. Drifting into foul territory, and there is Roos to make the catch. Andrews will trot on over to third with 2 outs. And here is the home run hitter from the first inning, Jadlyn Alchin. It's the only extra base hit of the series. She followed that up in the second. Sandra Cox struck her out on a drop ball.
And Alchin has just been such a unique story. Last year, she was in the reserve athlete pool and got a chance to get pulled up to the Talons because of an injury. And then she stuck around on the team really throughout the bulk of the summer and that championship season. But because she had such a breakout season last summer.
Alchin delivers again. RBI for Jadlyn, and she'll take 2.
And then she was able to earn a permanent roster spot on the Talons this summer. And she has been one of, if not their best and most consistent hitters. This is another rise ball that's just right out over the heart of the plate. She keeps her barrel above the ball and slashes it toward the right side. Alchin delivers again, and she just has been an incredible story with her work ethic and the way that she had took advantage of her opportunities last summer and brought it into this summer. A huge part of this lineup.
7th double of the season. And that gives Utah the 4-0 lead, and a pitching change coming for the Bandits. We'll take the break. McQuillan coming on when we return. Arizona making her 6th relief appearance of the season. And coming on here with 2 outs and a runner on second base, down 4-0.
The Bandits need some energy some way, somehow. And Taylor McQuillan could be that energy that they need in the circle. When you have a walkout song that's I'm Bossy, I don't think you have any other choice but to bring that energy in the circle. But they need to find a way to get some swing. And misses, some momentum. And just turn the tides here in this game. This has been all Talons.
She has inherited 5 runners in relief this season, none of whom have scored. See if that holds here with Woolery stepping in, the number 3 hitter in the lineup. A pair of singles already on the resume. Goes to 3-0.
McQuillan has not pitched much in the month of July, just about 4 innings. Last time she pitched was against the Talons just for a third of an inning, but in the month of July, she has not gotten much action. So falling behind in this count, finding her way to claw back in, but good moment for her.
3-2. Woolery protects. Fights off another one.
That's big bats the Talons have put together. My goodness. Jada Coleman set the tone in the first inning when she led off with a quality at bat, and Jordan Woolery has had one as well.
Woolery gets a hold of one, drives that deep, but just out in front of it, foul. And draws the walk. Fouls off 3 pitches at 3-2. And earns first base. What you got, Danielle?
Well, I just wanted to make mention, like, the way the Talons have been swinging it and the at-bats that they've been able to have today, like, you can feel it. I feel it from the dugout, but, like, I totally look at it from the pitcher's perspective. Do you feel that little bit of fear when they step in the box? They just look way more free than the Bandits when they're stepping in. They are cheering in the dugout. They're nonstop. This is a team that kind of is giving me the vibe that they feel like they own the Bandits.
Palacio sends one the opposite way, and the catch is made to strand a couple, but 2 more come in. And a 4-0 advantage for Montana Fouts, who has been spotless through 3. The AUSL Pitcher of the Year back to work when we
Russell and strikeouts, and she's got 3 today. Her rise ball low through the zone has been working. Curveball on both sides of the plate, even able to expand the zone up as the game has gone on. And these hitters are chasing that rise ball a little bit more. No earned runs allowed in the last 10 innings that she has pitched in the AUSL Championship, going back to last year when she threw the complete game shutout for the championship.
Well, and I do think, too, there's this level of confidence for someone like Montana. When your team scores right in the first inning, they're free, they're having fun. Those are like the little moments that kind of give you reassurance that you're doing the right thing. I've loved this view of getting to watch these athletes in the dugout. Montana Fouts is so routine-oriented. After the inning she pitches, she's standing near the water. She doesn't crack a smile. She is game face all the way, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, they got 2 runs in the first on the home run. And now they have added onto it for her with 2 runs in the top half of this inning, as she faces 5, 6, and 7 in the lineup. Bandits have had a base runner in each of the first 3 innings. They've had a chance, and Fouts has been able to shut them down every time. Erickson led off the second inning with a single. They had 2 on base, but nobody touched home, and she gets her to pop up here. 1 down.
Well, Montana has been the type just to soak in as much knowledge as possible from the other pitchers on the pitching staff, from Cindy Ball Malone, her head coach, and also soaking in the knowledge from Lisa Fernandez, her general manager. There was a couple of clips that I saw on social media. Lisa working in the bullpen with Montana, just trying to find those little nuances with the drop, rise, weight shift, mechanics, just trying to be the best that she possibly can.
6 flyouts, 1 ground out, 3 strikeouts. As Taryn Kern flew out her first time up. closer to swing and miss.
As this game is going on, again, she's trying to expand the zone more up with the rise ball, trying to get these hitters to chase the rise ball, and then able to hold back on that one to get this pitch and maybe a better pitch to hit.
Full count to Kern. See where Montana goes. Away.
Up with the rise and then down with the drop just to get rid of it. But I mean, the thing is, you talked about her velocity earlier, 71 miles an hour on that pitch. She has that long stride. She throws a very heavy ball. It feels like it gets on top of you even harder than when it leaves her hand.
Kern golfs that one out to left. Alchin is there. 2 down. Coming up, it's the Flag Football Championships, headed your way from Westfield, Indiana. That's 4 Eastern on ABC, the Disney networks, and streaming on the ESPN app. Good look overhead from our drone shot. Davis Diamond here in Aggieland. And we are on the verge of our first 1-2-3 inning of the day. If Fouts can get the out here. Kirsten Roos, the number 7 hitter. Had the graphic earlier today. Fouts has had more 1-2-3 innings than anybody in the league.
You know, just not allowing anything back-to-back. That's something that Lisa Fernandez preaches at UCLA, where she's on the coaching staff there. It's something that she took pride in as a pitcher herself, pitching at the highest level, but it's something that you look down the scorebook, and Montana Fouts allowed a hit in the first, struck out the next batter. Allowed a hit, and then just not allowing back-to-back weighs on for these Bandits hitters.
Induces another fly ball. And it is a 1-2-3 inning for Fouts. 4 complete. 4-0, the Talons inching closer to an AUSL championship. Home runs, and now applying the lip gloss. Nice.
She has one of the jerseys of the top sells in the AUSL, and several other rookies like Carlin Pickens, who's the #1 bestseller, Reese Atwood, Nyjah Kennedy. Just, you could tell the impact of the rookies from last year. Remember, the inaugural season of the AUSL was last year. This is just the second season, but the rookies last year, the rookies this year, all wanting to play in this league, understanding what this league is doing and making an impact with their star power from the college game, their fans following them to the pro game. Got a really good thing going with the momentum from these rookies.
Here was one of those notable rookies from last year, Brie Ellis, who was the comeback player of the year this season. It's 5, 6, and 7. And the first full inning of relief for Taylor McQuillan, who replaced Kat Sandercock last inning, when the Talons added 2 more runs for a 4-0 lead. Ellis with a flyout and a strikeout today.
And it was a challenging season for her last summer. She had such a fantastic senior year and then came to be in her rookie season and just did not put up the same numbers at all. It was a hard struggle.
Ellis launches one deep. Back towards the scoreboard and over it. Solo shot, Brie Ellis. Second of the day for the Talons, it's 5-0.
Of course, she goes straight to the player cam that they have as a handheld inside the dugout. She's got a, I don't know, I wonder if she's saying anything into the camera there.
A little winded on a hot day running the bases, trotting the bases after the home run. And she's got the chain on, she's hooked up. So she joins Jadlyn Alchin, the home run hitter from the first inning. And a pair of them today for the defending champs.
And she had said, you know, Lisa Fernandez, the general manager who drafted her last season, just did not lose belief in her, poured into her in the offseason. Bri Ellis came into the season, first game against this Bandits team of the season, hit a home run. And you just knew that this year was going to be different for her.
Called strike 3, 1 out.
Back to her Bri Ellis home run hitting form that looks a lot like that. We saw that so many times at Arkansas, and now we're seeing it so many times as a pro. Gets all into one, hits it over the scoreboard.
That went a long, long way. Danielle?
Well, we have Bri Ellis. I have to ask how good that feels. The momentum that your team has had from the first inning, putting up a ton of runs, but for you to be able to do that kind of almost feels like momentum shift in this game.
Yeah, this team, the Bandits, great pitching staff. It's top 2 between us, obviously, and just to see us come out and swing freely from inning 1, game changer. And it's a lot easier for our pitchers to get through a 7-inning game when they've got some cushion like that.
And also talk about the pitching and how much that helps you guys, knowing the consistency that they've had from the jump today and even yesterday.
It helps us batters feel like we don't have to do it all every swing, and then it allows us to trust each other 1 through 9 to find a way to get any kind of job done.
Love it. Good job. What a baby.
Solo homer for Ellis. And now flipping out to straightaway center, so 3 in a row retired after the dinger. But this was a bomb.
Oh, and she has the power in her swing when she connects and squares one up and gets a pitch that she can handle, especially on the inner half. Bri Ellis extends the lead, and now the Talons have scored in 3 different innings. They are up by 5 in the biggest game of the season, trying to win back-to-back championships here in College Station.
It's been going the Talons' way. Jadlyn Alchin, a 2-run home run in the first inning. And that got things started for the Talons. With a 4-0 lead in the 5th, Bri Ellis said, how about 5-0? Bang! Sent that one a long way into the Aggieland afternoon. And they are now 9 outs away from an AUSL championship. The Bandits need to go to work here to force a Game 3 tomorrow. They have yet really to tee off on Montana Fouts' 4 hits. She's held them in check through the first 4 innings. Here in the bottom of the 5th, it's 8-9 in the top. And let's see if they can execute their game plan of traffic at the bottom, damage at the top of their order.
It just goes to show how good Montana Fouts and Georgina Korik are. I mean, you go back last year to the championship, lowest scoring games, Bandits just not being able to string things together against them. This is the best offense in the league that has just continued to be shut down by Talons pitching. And it's been a struggle for the Bandits to score runs in the postseason. This is a rematch of last year's finals facing the same pitchers, but their offense has just not been able to put things together and score runs against them.
Fouts coming off of her first 1-2-3 inning of the day in the 4th. And there's a little bloop single out to center. And Dayton continues to be their best hitter here in the postseason. Here comes Akbayani, the 9-hitter. Flew out to left her first time up.
Jordan Woolray just continues to be playing halfway up the line. So bases are 60 feet. She's halfway. It's 30 feet away from Agbayani at the plate. Backed up a couple of steps there, but anticipating something in front of her with a bunt. And then Agbayani keeps her feet still to swing away, which she can do. In fact, her walk-off hit in the 11th inning against the Cascade on Thursday night, she swung away, hit it down the line, and Tori Vidalis at first was playing up like Brie Ellis is here.
Swinging for the fences on that one. 1-2. There's a good look at Woolery down the line. Tried to tap it that way.
Well, and even though it might be a curveball call for Montana, whether it's backdoor or inside to these left-handed hitters, it still moves up a little bit. All of her pitches kind of naturally move up in the zone, so you see a lot of swings and misses underneath these pitches, even when they're lower in the zone.
Got her. Unproductive out, one away, and here comes the top of the order.
Well, that strikeout is what I'm talking about. Curveball, 7 inches of up break. That's a backdoor curveball where it cuts back across the outside corner, and she still gets her to swing and miss underneath it.
That's the 4th time she has followed giving up a hit with a strikeout while it's ground ball knocked down by Jakewish, and that's all she can do because she looked like she was taking a step to cover second base.
I'm curious to see, I kind of caught that last minute, if Dayton was running on the pitch, if it was a hit and run and Jakewish was going to be covering second. Nope, she just kind of felt like she was going to drive it up the middle of the field and ends up beating her on that shift. But Skylar Wallace will take it 2 on for Sammy Williams.
Score that a single. Runners at first and second. Williams first pitch swinging. Andrews coming on, and she'll make the basket grab. Runner tags, the throw to third cut off so that Wallace cannot advance. And there's runners on the corners with 2 outs. First time they've had a runner to third. Best threat of the day for the Bandits.
We're going to call a timeout to talk about it with the veteran of Morgan Zirkle coming up with 2 on, knowing that with 1 swing, somebody like Zirkle, who led the league in home runs last season, could get within 2 of Utah's lead. And
well, she's been their run producer, right, so far in this postseason. Morgan is.
Yeah.
With 3 RBIs, the rest of the team with just 4.
Well, and knowing that Matt Barbara is on deck, who just has struck out a lot in the finals. So wanting to be really careful. You're up by 5, so you don't necessarily just go ahead and put her at first base. Still want to find a way to get her out, but pitch carefully to her with Matt Barbara on deck.
You've got Georgina Korick on the left and Megan Faremo on the right. Megan would be slated as a Game 3 starter tomorrow if we get to that. In order to do that, Chicago would be greatly benefiting its own cause if they can at least punch in a run or 2 here. Zirkle has singled twice. Out to left center, on the run is Coleman, and she's able to haul it in. And Fouts able to work out of the jam again with some outstanding play from her outfield.
That certainly went a lot further than I thought it was going to. It looked like it was going to be a shallow fly to center field, and Coleman had to turn on the burners, but she can cover so much ground. Calling it, taking charge in center field.
A sigh of relief from Montana Fouts getting out of that jam. Otherwise, a lot of smiling and laughing on the Talon side. They enjoy the 5-0 advantage Doing it with the glove, doing it with the bats. They've hit a couple of home runs, all behind the play of Montana Fouts, who has retired 15 of the 20 she has faced, and continues to throw a goose egg after her teammate Georgina Korek allowed just 1 run in game 1 yesterday. Another dominating pitching performance. And everybody's been getting involved. 7 of the 9 Talons have a hit today, led by Alchin with the home run and the RBI double. It's 9 and then the top. So Andrews, Coleman, Alchin due up. She'll drag. And they got her at first. Good play by Erickson, 1 down. Well, tomorrow it's Major League Baseball on ESPN. It's the Cincinnati Reds hosting the Cleveland Guardians. That's at 7 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. And Shonda Stanton out to make another defensive change mid-inning. So Kern will come off, and I think that's Roos going back out there.
It would be Clemens.
Clemens going
yeah,
out.
Clemens.
Yeah. So Clemens returns. Checks the card to see how to defend Jada Coleman.
We were talking about just the Talons and the energy and how tough they are to beat. I've been impressed with building a culture this strong in just the second season, because they had a different team last year with the expansion draft and adding the Oklahoma City Spark and the Portland Cascade. The Bandits and the Talons both had to lose players in the expansion draft. And so the Talons lost Maya Brady, but they replaced her with who's up to bat right now, Jada Coleman. So 2 of the best outfielders in the world.
She'll drop down the bunt. No chance to get her.
But they not only lost Maya Brady, they lost Sydney Romero, who hit the game-winning home run in the championship game last year. Tori Vidalis, who had a big RBI and in the championship as well. Ali Aguilar retired. Sierra Sacco was a big part of the team. But Lisa Fernandez at the top, she's the one that builds that consistent culture, the mindset, what everybody is working around to where it's a new team and a different feel in a way, but that culture remains the same.
What's the other thing that stayed the same, Amanda? The pitching staff.
Yeah, because
they chose to protect the top 3 pitchers. Yep.
Absolutely, and the catcher. So the battery mate and the defensive player of the year. And Hannah Flippin, this team was built around pitching and defense, and that won him the championship last year. So she protected that in the expansion draft, and it's been more of the same this year.
And today the offense showing up big time. That's Taylor Tinsley now, so we've seen almost every arm from both pitching staffs loosening up in the bullpen at some point today. As it stands, the Talons would win the championship. The Bandits need to win today to force Game 3, winner take all tomorrow. 0-2 to Alchin, who's been the toughest out of the tournament. Patient, 2-2.
There's a lot of UCLA blood on this Talons team as well. You got Jordan Woolry on deck, Jalen Alchin at the plate, Charlize Palacios.
The Bruin bubble lives on.
It does. Megan Veremo.
2 down with the pop-up.
Taylor Tinsley. I mean, there's a lot of Bruin blood on this Talons team.
Starts right there with Kirk Walker sitting right next to her. Longtime assistant at UCLA with Lisa under Kelly I.
And Kirk Walker was on the staff last year. Then he became the GM of the Oklahoma City Spark in the expansion.
And that's Taryn Mowat out there, the pitching coach for the Bandits, one of the best in the business in that regard.
And in the MPF, Tara Mowat McKinney pitched for the Bandits, so her Bandits blood runs deep. Now getting to be a part of this coaching staff. She was not on the coaching staff last year, but they hired her as a pitching coach this year, and a big addition for this pitching staff.
Former national champion at Arizona, widely credited with reintroducing the changeup.
Oh yeah,
to softball. Well, we got another pitching change coming here. They are going to yesterday's starter, Lexi Kilfoyle. We'll take a break, be back after this. In the 2 games in this postseason, 13 innings of work, she went the distance yesterday, took the loss. A tough one, 2-1 in game 1 of this champ series. And now the 3rd Bandits pitcher of the day, her 5th relief appearance of the season. She came on in relief of the play-in game and got the win on Thursday.
She pitched more pitches in that game than the starting pitcher, Kat Sandercock. She went many innings deep.
The number 3 hitter, Jordan Woolery, 2 for 2 with a walk, so she's reached 3 times today.
Heavy drop ball you'll see from Lexi Kilfoyle. That is her go-to pitch. Her off-speed curveball has been something toward the end of the year that has been getting a lot of swings and misses, but drop ball is her go-to with big break.
Woolery pounds that in the dirt. That's a fair ball, and Williams over to Erickson with a nice scoop to end the inning. To the bottom of the 6th, 5-0 Talons. 6 outs away with a 5-0 lead for Montana Fouts.
Yeah, and they got some really nice rings for winning that championship. Ooh. They got them about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but there is so much detail, so many diamonds, and just customization on those rings that they got. Lisa Fernandez has been wearing hers around, and rightfully so, because it's just what you do. You wear the championship ring in moments like this, and there it is on that finger.
A rally cry for the team and fans decorates the inside of the band.
Bless this nest, Kala. So much customization in that ring. They're gorgeous.
Thank you.
Well, and with this pitching staff so dominant, 2 earned runs allowed in 25 innings in the last 2 postseasons, with 18 strikeouts from the same 2, Georgina Korick and Montana Fouts. Tough to beat. Can the Bandits get something going? Jessica Clements will hit here in the 4 spot. Followed by Erickson and Kern. Just 1 hit from their 4-5 hitters in the 2 games. Jessica steps in, playing a lot of defense in the series. She's 0 for 1 so far in the postseason, just her 2nd AB. Pinch hit yesterday. Chops that to short and fired over to first in time. Flipping to Ellis, and Bree was able to keep her foot on the base.
Yeah, that throw took her toward right field and keeps her foot on the bag, and then ends up falling. Well, we'll take it for an out. Hannah Flippin knew she had to be quick. She's not gotten a ton of action at shortstop, it doesn't feel like, in this championship, but makes the play there.
Here's Erickson, singled back in the 2nd, popped up to short in the 4th. The efficiency of Montana Fouts, hadn't even hit 80 pitches yet. Almost through the 6th inning.
Well, it seemed like last night when Cork was pitching, it was 0-2 count after 0-2 count, maybe a 1-2 in there because she'd waste a pitch in the 0-2 count, but constantly working from ahead.
Woolery, 2 down. This combo has been the dominant force the first 2 years of the AUSL. Don't be fooled by the smile and the sincerity. She was ruthless yesterday in game 1.
It really was. And the competition throughout the league was so even this year. I mean, the seeding in the playoffs came down to the very last regular season series to see what would be the 3 teams in College Station and who would be the 1 seed. Came down to the very last regular season game for the Talons and for the Bandits, and then we played on Monday night between the Spark and the Blaze. The Spark would have won that game. They would have been in College Station, but then it came down to the Cascade. Everything coming down to the last minute.
Kern, Oppo, 1, 2, 3 for Fouts. She and the Talons are 3 outs away from a title as we head to the last. Amanda.
Yeah, the Talons just actually 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position, but 2 big swings from Jadlyn Alchin in the first, and then Bri Ellis tacked on in the 5th. A couple of home runs in this game for the Talons. They've scored in 3 different innings, just continue to put pressure on the Bandits. But what a statement by Jadlyn Alchin. That was an 0-2 pitch she sent out of here to put the Talons on the board first. An epic at bat by Jada Coleman to lead off this game, and the Talons have not looked back.
Yeah, that Ellis 2-run home run in the 4th. They added another one or in the 5th after that 2-run 4th. So it's 4, 5, and 6 coming up. Some big bats will take their swings against Lexi Kilfoyle, who faced just the 1 batter in the 6th coming out of the bullpen. Utah won game 1 yesterday, 2-1, with a sac fly in the bottom of the 6th. And Georgina Korek got the win, and now trying to close this out. 3 outs away from a 2nd straight championship. 1 down here in the top of the 7th.
It just has to be so frustrating for the Bandits. I mean, thinking about the season that they had, they were in contention to grab the #1 overall seed, but instead had to play in the play-in game, and just to come here and their offense not to show up because of Korek and Fouts. It just has to be so frustrating.
Yeah, that was the best hitting team all year in the league. Not against the Bandits, or not against the Talons so far. They'll have 1 more opportunity in the bottom half of the inning. Here's Ellis, one of the home run hitters. Two and two. Foul tip. It will be the bottom of the order, by the way, coming up for the Bandits in the bottom of the 7th. Bullpen's been quiet for Utah, so anticipating it would be Fouts trying to end it and get a complete game.
Just at bats like this all game, right? I mean, fouling off pitches, being tough with 2 strikes. I think the majority of their hits, at least the first 4 or 5, were hits with 2 strikes. Like, they've been able to just grind out these at bats and make it tough on the Bandits pitching.
Swing and a miss, 2 down. Well, when we talked to Cindy Ball Malone before the start of the finals, she said, we haven't shown you our best yet. All 3 phases excelling in one game. Well, so far, that has happened today. They've done it at the plate. They've had outstanding glove work behind their ace pitcher, Montana Fouts. Last year, game 1, Georgina Korek won it. This year, game 1, Georgina Korek won it. Last year, Montana Fouts won game 2 to clinch the championship. And in a few moments, Montana Fouts will try again to win game 2 to clinch an AUSL championship.
I'm thinking about Beth, how she has the opportunity to do it in shutout fashion again, and with more run support this year. Last year, the score was 1-0 in game 2, so a lot of pressure on her not to make that one mistake that could tie up the game, but 5-run cushion that she gets going into the 7th.
Talons have not been retired in order yet today, and facing that right now against Kilfoyle. Jakewish sends one deep, and that's off the top of the scoreboard. 3rd home run of the game for Utah. Looks a lot like an exclamation point. .253 feet, smoked.
Just everybody getting in on the action, contributing to this win, contributing to the season. It's not a win yet, sorry, but contributing to this lead that they have so far. 10 hits for the Talons.
Fly ball out to left. Last chance coming up for the Bandits. A 6-0 lead for Montana Fouts. 3 outs away from more Talons bling. Innings for Montana Fouts. A 7th gets them a championship.
And she has just been dealing up in the zone with the backdoor curveball, 70+ miles an hour. Just 4 strikeouts for her today, but all 4 of her strikeouts have come when runners have been on base.
She has been so good after giving up a hit to immediately recording an out to end threats. And now we'll face the bottom of the order. Jacopo to start. Clips the corner, 1-1.
Just think about what a tall task this is, because even if you get to Montana Fouts in this inning, then you have Georgina Korek in the bullpen and Megan Framo. I mean, this is, if they're able to pull it off, it would be monumental, because you're going up against 3 of the best in the world potentially in this inning if you put some things together.
Need 6 to tie, 7 to walk it off for game 3 tomorrow. One and two. Doesn't get her to chase. Full count. Lost her. That is the first walk of the series for the Bandits.
Usually walks and having patience at the plate is another one of the parts of the offensive game of the Bandits. Talked about their power, speed, but just again, how tough Corrick and Fouts have been.
Roos will go on to run at first base. And here comes Bella Dayton, who has 3 hits in the 2 games. Pulls that one to the right side. That's trouble, and that'll scoot all the way out to Andrews, and runners on first and second as the Bandits try and get something going.
Bella Dayton, my goodness. She's been so good in that 8-hole.
Little get together in the pitcher circle for the Talons. Corrick just walked in from the bullpen into the dugout if need be, although she's put her glove down. And it's Ilana Agbayani in the 9 spot. But oh boy, trouble brewing if you can get to the top of the order for the top 2 hitters in the league in terms of batting average this year, and Wallace and Williams coming up.
Just find a way to get on base is Zach Bayani's job. Not even getting a hit to score a run. Just find a way to get on for the top of the lineup any way you can.
In foul territory on the run. Alchin won't be able to get there. 1-2 now from Fouts. Chop to short. They'll go for the out at first and get it. 1 down. Runners advance 60 feet. 2 in scoring position here for Skylar Wallace. They do not have a hit yet today off of Fouts with a runner in scoring position. 0 for 6. And isn't this an interesting matchup? They both arrived at Alabama together as freshmen. Wallace stayed a couple of years, then left for Florida. Fouts, one of the all-time greats in Alabama history. Wallace has developed into one of the best hitters in the game, likely with a spot on the U.S. Olympic team. Wallace drives one out to left, and that will score a run. Throw to the plate is cut off. And it's 6-1, and the rally continues to build.
Well, you still got to keep believing. There has to be belief from every single person in that Bandits dugout right now. Skylar Wallace handling an outside pitch. She got called for a strike the pitch before, didn't like it. So what does she do? She hits it the next time. Fouts throws it, barrels it up to the left side, pushes across the first run of the game for the Bandits and breaks up the shutout.
And now it's the AUSL Hitter of the Year, Sammy Williams. Foul back. An AUSL record this year with the 35 runs batted in 25 games. And both sides interested in how the umpire's doing it. Ricocheted, it looked like off the top of his mask. He's smiling about it. Williams is 0 for 3 so far in the game today.
With 3 pop-ups, and she's been popping up here in College Station. They need to find a way to level one out for a line drive or barrel it up even more to get to the fence or over the fence if it is a pop-up.
0 for 5 in the series. Gets around on it and pulls it foul.
That's a better swing. Line drive like we were just talking about.
Fouts tried to snipe that outside corner. Just missed it 1 and 2.
Montana going back-to-back with that off-speed pitch. Not really seen that from her, but trying to figure out a way to get out this hitter of the year.
A walk and 2 singles in the inning for the Bandits to get a run up. Threatening at least 2 more. Did it again. Williams to Woolery, over to first, 2 down. Talons 1 out away from a 2nd championship ring in a row. Here's Morgan Zirkle. Has a couple of their hits today. In a righty-lefty matchup, it would be 4 in a row if the Bandits can keep passing the bat. Fouts at 72 miles an hour.
On a hot day like this, 110 pitches in and still hitting 72.
One strike away. No chase. Ground ball to short. Flipping over to first. Ball game. Season series championship Utah Talons for the 2nd year in a row. Spectacular from Georgina Korick in game 1, Montana Fouts in game 2. as they keep the best hitting team in the league quiet and sweep the Bandits for the second year in a row. And the offense was there to back them up, Amanda. Home runs for Jadlyn Alchin, Bree Ellis, and Savannah Jaquish.
Truly a complete effort. Of course, the game starts in the circle for the Talons, and any game that you enter into, Georgina Korick and Montana Fouts were just phenomenal with shutting down the Bandits offense. But the offense of the Talons themselves got 10 hits on the board, scored 6 runs. They were relentless, scoring in multiple different innings. I mean, truly, just a complete effort for this second championship.
6-1 your final as Utah beats Chicago 2-0. And the number 1 seed takes out the number 2 seed after they tied atop the standings during the regular season.
Even with the Bandits trying to rally in the 7th inning, Montana Fouts just shuts it down. The defense makes plays, and she just does not give in at all. I mean, Montana Fouts in the postseason hits a different level, whether it's in Tuscaloosa last year or here in College Station. Postseason Montana steps up in the big moments.
Celebrations for Utah for the second year in a row. Cindy Ball Malone. The goal was to show us the best that they had to offer, and they did it today with their most complete game of the season. And Danielle is now with Montana Fouts.
Montana, I have to ask, this is a deja vu of last year being that number 2 pitcher on day 2, coming in and closing it out. What did that feel like getting to do it again? So good.
Honestly, just a lot of stress on my defense. It felt like a very below average day for me out there, just like spinning it and, you know, not the best, but my defense on my back. I mean, all the catches that they're making look easy. They're not easy. And George really set the tone yesterday. And I mean, how can you come out here and not give your best whenever they're putting up 6 runs? So, yeah.
I was going to ask, just you in the dugout, routine-oriented, you're doing the same thing. Like, how much do you rely on that piece to give you confidence in a game like this when it does get hard?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that you really can control is keeping your center. I mean, things aren't always going to go your way. So it was just, how can I keep my inside calm, cool, collected, and competitive? And so I was proud of that today.
Your pitching staff is so good. You've all been so consistent. What does it feel like to be a part of like a 3-headed monster, and how you all can rely on each other to get through a gritty, tough season?
I mean, all 5 of us. I mean, I know that I was the one pitching in the game today, but I know Megan, I know Dal, I know Tinsley, and I know George was all ready to go. So honestly, in the back of my head, I just kept fighting each inning. I was like, I'm going to get one for the team, and then if it needs to be somebody else, then I'll cheer for them. But just putting my head down and going for them.
Congratulations, you're a 2-time champ. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Go Talons.
Well, Montana Fouts leading the way today.